Developing Tomorrow's Leaders is a podcast that is all about educating, supporting, and inspiring the next generation of leaders. Your host, Antoine Thompson, or Coach T, has over 35 years' experience of educating, supporting, inspiring, and enhancing the lives of many young men and women. So, join Coach T and his village of inspiration.
Welcome to Developing Tomorrow's Leaders. And today is a day of kindness, energy, and positivity because our guest today is Joseph Ravine, who is the founder of Kindness for Success and is a social media influencer who has made his life's mission to promote kindness and positivity worldwide. But also, he is a Guinness World Record holder for the longest line of arcade tickets and enjoys doing giveaways to give back to his fans. So I want you all to help me welcome Joseph Ravine to Developing Tomorrow's Leaders. How are you, Joseph?
I'm very well. How are you?
I am doing stupendously marvelous. I'm so glad to have you and having you join us. And I love your mission of kindness. This is something that the world could significantly use a lot more of. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, tell us a little bit more about yourself. I mean, I read your brief bio, but I want you to share in your own words a little bit about yourself.
I've always dedicated myself to promoting positivity and kindness all around the world because I live under the morals of treat people the way you want to be treated, as well as what goes around comes around. My online business, Kindness for Success, is also a reflection of my personality and who I am and my mission. And I've always believed in being your unique, authentic self. So I try to combine everything into one as an influencer and as a business owner too.
Yeah. Well, I love the fact that what you're giving away, and the giving back part is a huge part of kindness, I believe. And I think a lot of times we don't give enough credit to that. And I think you to be applauded for that being your life's mission. So tell us a little bit more about some of the giveaways and things you do with some of your events. I know a little bit about it, but I'd love for you to share a little bit about it.
So I run social media giveaways. I used to do very big stuff like PlayStations and Xboxes and game systems. And we used to do like electronics. Right now, because of the pandemic, we kind of went down due to the fact that, it was a little tight. I'm still trying my best to make time to do giveaways, to give back to my fan base for what they do, just because, I really want people to know how much I appreciate what they do. And appreciation is so important because, not everybody has supporters. So you should appreciate each and every one of them as much as you can.
I love that part about, people should appreciate the giving part as much as they do the receiving part. And I know you're probably a lot like me. I get more joy out of giving than I ever do receiving because I love to see people happy about receiving something because it means that you've taken time to think about them and not so much about yourself. So what are you working on currently?
What I'm currently working on right now is in my online store, I decided to put quotations of words that have never been used before about kindness and kindness motivation for people to actually wear clothing and have other items that pertain to kindness and to also help them to motivate them to join my movement and to, encourage them, what it means to be good to people. And I'm trying to take it into a position where it's unique, but it also represents who I am as a person. I believe that everything around you, your business, your influencer, everything has to represent the truth of who you are. If it doesn't, then you're living a lie. And for me, I want everything truthful about me to come out. Everything.
Because I think a lot of people live in a bubble and sometimes behind closed doors. And I think if you take a look at social media and you look at what people put out, sometimes you're probably intuitive enough to figure out sometimes people are putting on fronts because they want you to appear as though,
yeah,
right?
Definitely. Yeah, no, don't get me wrong. There's so many fakers out there. At this point, can tell you, I don't even believe almost anybody on social media anymore. I don't believe anything.
Yeah.
I really have to be persuaded a lot to believe it. Now I can tell you, I don't even believe anyone.
Yeah. For me is when all you see are all the great things that are going on in people's lives. You and I both know that everybody has ups and downs. And no, don't
Oh
necessarily
yeah.
don't mean that they're going to really put all their negative stuff out there, but it's all about perception. And that's what social media is all about, is perception. How do you want to be perceived, and what you put out there to what you're talking about, being your authentic self, meaning you're willing to share some of the deepest things within you that may always not always be great, but it shows that you're true to who you are and you're satisfied with who you are as a person, right?
Absolutely. And that's very important.
So what really brought you on this mission of kindness? Where did it all really start for you?
So growing up bullied and abused by, negativity and very mean people who were hurtful and things like that, and seeing how much I was raised up and how much they were put down, I thought in my mind, this is something that we should be good to people, because if we want to continue to rise and get higher, we got to treat people nicely and be good to people and help people in need, and to treat people the way you want to be treated. Because if you're ever negative or bad, it's only going to destroy you from inside, and it's going to just deteriorate you from where you are. And so, we have to work on kindness as much as we can, and remember that what goes around comes around. And, if you want life to get better, it's only going to get better by being kind and making yourself happy with promoting and spreading the kindness.
So that's a great point. I mean, for you mentioning that, you were bullied when you were younger, but to be able to come through on the other side and not just survive it, but to actually say, hey, I'm not going to survive. I'm going to turn back around, and I'm going to feed the negativity to make it turn into a positive. And I think that's what you've done. Is one of the things I think more people need to do, is recognize that things that you go through in life that may not be great doesn't necessarily mean you just leave it in the past and move on. Because I was speaking to somebody earlier about this, is, there's people behind you that are going to go through the same thing. And that cycle is going to continue if somebody doesn't say, hey, step up and like yourself and go, hey, not only did I go through it, but I not only survived it, but I know how I survived it. And I know how to make sure that the people behind me can go through it easier than I did. And one way of doing that is, hey, be positive and be supportive of people as you go through things. And then that makes it easier for them. And then you also get to pay that forward. What about the people? Do you work with any specific groups of people? Like, for instance, do you work with adults and with kids who you interact with, or is there a group that you focus on mostly?
As of now, there isn't really any group I focus on mostly, but I always try my best to interact with people of all ages to kind of, provide them advice and to provide them insight of something that can hopefully help enhance their life and make their life better, and to kind of see where they're going wrong in their life and how to eliminate that and make them on the right path so that they'll be happier in their future. I'm the kind of person where I do my best to help you and give you advice, but at the end of the day, it's up to you if you choose to accept it or not. I'm not anyone to tell anyone what to do, and you're the only one that can decide for yourself. So I just do my best that way with people of all ages, because I think everybody needs help one way or another.
Agreed, 100% agreed. I know from my experiences when I'm working with kids, that's exactly how I approach it. It's about providing them the tools to be successful. Now, I can hand you the hammer and I can hand you the nail, but I can't put the nail in the wood. You have to do that yourself. And
Absolutely.
I think that's what you're describing with what you do. If I were to ask you, who was the most influential person in your life, who would that be?
The most influential person in my life, I would probably say probably my family, because they really taught me a lot about, how important it is to honor and appreciate family, because nobody in life loves you like your family, and your family are your biggest supporters and people that are there for you and care for you. And and the sad part of life is that many people do forget that, like within their families. Like I see people having brawls with their brothers and sisters or their parents, and it's a very sad situation because they're completely forgetting, you were given people who love you and appreciate you, and you should honor that while you have that, because we don't live forever. So
That to me is huge. It's on so many levels. As you're describing that, people not appreciating, number one, the people that brought you into this world, who care for you from the very first day. And then you may grow and you may leave and kind of live your life, but they're always going to be in your corner through your highs and then through your lows. And a lot of people don't recognize that they can always turn back to family in their lowest moments. And many people are too proud to do that. And it sounds to me that the message you're sharing also is that not to forget family, regardless of what situations you may go through, because friends are like the weather, they change daily.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Your family is there through the snowstorms and the tornadoes and the hurricanes and all those things like that. You can always turn back to family. And many people have lost touch with what the meaning of that word family.
Absolutely. And that's something that, we should definitely understand as people because, some people don't even have family.
Well, what you're doing also is for those like that don't have family, they at least they know that there's somebody out, or people like yourself and myself and others that are always an extension of family and understand what they may be missing and able to provide something of what they might be missing. When I was looking at your Guinness World Record, you said it took you 2 tries. Why did it take you 2 tries?
First attempt, we tried to do it outside. And because it was windy, the tickets kept flying away. And so because of that, we had to stop in the middle and we decided to go to a very big indoor field. We had to complete it in 4 hours. So we really had to move very quickly when we did the attempt, and it was very hard to do. And we had to work very quickly, and then we needed a surveyor and somebody to record and make sure that, the tickets weren't sticking and that they were how the Guinness people expected.
And how many people were there from Guinness to record this? Were like 2, 3, 1?
I would say there were a couple of photographers and one videographer that recorded the whole Guinness attempt. And from there, we submitted the video to Guinness. From that's how I got the record. And it was an enjoyable experience because it did kind of change my life. Positive. I became an influencer and I became respected for having the Guinness. It was life-changing to do.
Yeah, well, I'm sure, most definitely. I mean, how many people I only know one person that's in the Guinness World Book of Records, and that's you. So I have that to carry with me for the rest of my life. And so what did they give you for winning that? What do you have to show for it?
So I only got like a certificate, which I have upstairs in my room. I also got featured on some news reports that I achieved the Guinness World Record and that I helped the company, which I'm not supposed to be mentioning about. It gave them a good name by doing the Guinness. And so I feel like we helped each other in the company.
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. No, that's an accomplishment that you get to carry with you for the rest of your life. Has anybody tried to beat your record?
Not that I know of, and I think it would be hard for them to do it due to the fact that the company has actually discontinued the paper tickets. And so, most arcade places are not using paper tickets a lot from my personal experience, and they would have to find a company that's willing to sacrifice over 300, 400,000 tickets in order to beat the record. And I don't know any company that would do it, but even if somebody did, at this point, I wouldn't even care. I had the record for a long time and it already gave me a good name. Whatever will be, will be. And I'm happy for anybody that succeeds.
Well, see, that's the attitude you got to have. I mean, there are a lot of people that get records and they're so upset they don't want anybody to beat their record because they always want to be the best. And here you are, you're fine with if your record gets broken because you have achieved it. That's an accomplishment for you. And
I don't want to be the best. I never want to be the best. Like for me, I just want to be me. I want to be Dark Joseph Ravine, who I was meant to. Never try to aim for the top. I never try to be at the top. I am who I am. I want to be where I'm meant to. That's how I am as a person.
Yes. And then that is a great segue into, I'm sure our listeners would like to know where the name Dark comes from as a prefix to your name.
So my name, Dark Joseph Ravine, is actually theoretical and it's also poetic in the way where my job is to fight the dark. by putting light and kindness and positivity around the world. Because dark fear in poetry means evil. And so the job, as Joseph Ravine is like a passageway. So while I'm going through the passageway, my job is to spread kindness by putting away all the dark. So my name is actually, I also wrote a book, so I also like English and philosophy. I majored in a degree at the University of Western Ontario. And so I'm very into theory and critical thinking skills and, the deeper meaning behind words. And that's kind of why I called myself Dark Joseph.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. You're a very interesting person in that very rarely have I come across anybody that's truly sold themselves and their soul into something so positive as to be so into spreading kindness and being kind. And it's one of the reasons I appreciate you coming on, because it's something that's missing in this, not just this town or this state or this country, it's this world that needs it. And I'm appreciative of people like you that understand the importance of it.
Absolutely.
So, and then with your product line that you have, how are you worldwide with that? Or is that just?
Yes, we have international shipping. We have giveaways from time to time that if anybody purchases, they actually get in to the giveaway prior to the giveaway even starting, so that they'll be remembered. We also offer individualized support for if you want us to customize something, your brand or anything like that. I'm the one who designs the items for clients. Yeah, we try our best to really work with everybody individually so we know their needs and they get to know me and my company personally, and they feel comfortable. I'm working on it from time to time. For the most part, I really am doing the best to keep everything like positive and kind and to fulfill my mission of kindness and positivity.
Yeah, well, what you described in your company is also something that's missing in this world, and that's called good customer service. And when you mentioned about you getting to know your clients personally, even though it's your company, there are many companies where the owner, like yourself, is in the background and they're not up front, and they're letting the business run. But you want to be the face of your business, just as I want to be the face of my business, because if people are happy, I want to know it. If they're not happy, I want to know it. I don't want somebody else to hear it and then have to relay it to me. So I think being in forefront of the customer service aspect of your business is huge. And it's one of the things I think that'll keep you successful.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. But I just wanted to ask you if do you want to share with everyone how they can get in touch with you if they want to do that?
Yes. So we have a contact email on Kindness for Success that people can reach out to as well. We also you can contact my publicist on my social media sites if anybody's looking for anything like business inquiries or interviews or anything specific related. I look forward to meeting new people and growing the business over time. And remember to keep positivity and the kindness mission going.
Well, you're the guy to make sure that happens. Hey, if you're feeling down, just reach out to Dark Joseph Ravine, and he will be happy to get you on the track to kindness and success. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much.
Oh, my pleasure. As always, I'm Coach T. I'm here to educate, support, and inspire the next generation of leaders. Until next time, have a great day.